greatest blitz squad. As you can see right here, the dynamics are unfolding on Memorial Day. Guess how many we did? A record 12 signed claim filed.
Let's break it down, Davey. Let's confirm his shit. Roofer math, cut it in half. Y'all ever known that? If you ever hear somebody claim numbers, just cut it in half. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But did he really sign 12 deals?
We signed 12 deals. We had the first 10 at 2 o'clock, and then after that, we just kind of coasted.
But that's why you attack the storm. Every day you have exponentially more opportunities.
And we'll be honest.
Bring it up.
We pulled into the storm. We got into where we needed to be. We was checking all the collateral, seeing where the leaves were. We were checking the power boxes to see the oxidation hits. We pulled onto the street. We got to looking around, and all of a sudden we see a guy right there at the passenger door. Are you guys roofers? Bam, first one. By the time we got done with that one, we had 2 doors down. It went from there. Then we went around to the corner. We got the Smoothie King guy. He owns the Smoothie King, and he's basically the neighborhood godfather. He had
and no one was out there.
Not soul.
One single solitary roofing truck.
They were walking dogs, just looking at us, just begging from every single direction.
When you're out there on the streets and the hail has knocked the leaves off the shingles and it's been beating on those rooftops, and it's like you're the first person on site. What do they look at you like?
I mean, it's just look like, please, just you basically just ignore them. You look the other way. And they walk their dog
like, ma'am.
They walk their dog back and then back by and back by and back.
We had to put
sounds a little like Lake Charles.
We had to put a cone down and say, ma'am, step back. You're next. Be patient. There's a drone in the air right now.
I will.
Somebody go share it in the hardcore door. Guys, ask us questions. Let me explain to y'all
Are
something.
you
Number one, let me explain to you why this is the best way to earn more than a doctor or a lawyer. Because in tough times when interest rates are up, dude, bills are high, roofs are easy to sell because they're paid for by the insurance company. Skydiamonds are when roofs are paid for by the insurance. My dad, he taught me to sell when I was 14. I call it the easiest sell in America, and it's called the contingency agreement. What is a contingency agreement?
It's contingent upon insurance company approval, meaning if there is no approval, there is no contract. Your out-of-pocket expense will not exceed your deductible.
And the reality is those turn into $20,000, $30K on average per deal, which can mean $2,000 to $3,000, and sometimes even more, $4,000 or $5,000. And so when you sell one, the reason why people like to do it is that you're fighting evil insurance companies. You're getting people that have an old roof that have legitimate damage, a better quality roof. You're upgrading the value of their home. You're saving them money. You know, Mike, you've done a lot of different things. Mike's over here. We got a big event. If y'all happen to be wanting to get with the St. Louis market, here's the thing. We are looking to take you on a door-to-door blitz. Maybe you saw us all go on YouTube. Dude, it's a free-for-all here. We don't care which company you come into. We believe that a rising tide raises all ships. And if you're watching this right now, you want to get involved in this, like you see me going door-to-door, you want to get certified. If you hit the link in the bio, you can join us in our community, and we'll certify you. We'll plug you in. You don't need a license. You don't need capital. Y'all are the Parker brothers.
The Blitz brothers.
Oh,
We're switching it.
So y'all are a company within my company.
Yes,
How-
we're 1099.
How is your company a real company within my company?
Well, thank God you're allowing the Blitz brothers to work for you.
Okay.
And our championship bloodline is being infused through Skydiamond's RRCA roofing professionals and a better quality roofing. Since in this business, you have to be paid on a 1099. You have to have an LLC, meaning you get all the commissions. There's no taxes taken out. You got to handle that on the back end. So our LLC is the Blitz brothers.
And so Mike over here, he's sold high ticket. He's sold on the internet. He's helped a lot of people as a coach. As a matter of fact, he helped me fill up the Blue Collar American Dream. Just recently helped up fill the Win the Storm conference. And we're holding an event out here to help roofers grow. Because I don't just help people get into the business and make their first 6 figures, but I help people make their first $1 million and their first $10 million in the roofing industry. Now it's baby steps. You got to crawl before you can walk. But this guy right now, is literally only 10 days out of jail. And what I'm going to be creating over the next 2 weeks, I'm documenting everything we do. We're building an 8-figure roofing company. It's going to add 8 figures to the bottom line, and we're going to do it in 2 weeks. And it's all because we're building a team around sales leaders. I want to give these guys a shout out real quick. Okay, for one, y'all have done an amazing job. I want to coach you up in front of everybody real quick. Everybody, let's coach you up. For one, let me tell how great Justin is. I've been working with this guy, and there's a lot of people that are talented at sales and they're talented at life. You were a quarterback who played football. You had an athletic career and you've always had a lot of talent, right?
Yes, sir.
So does talent get you anywhere?
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
Because if you lay in the bed all day and think your way into action, you'll never get anything done. You got to act your way into better thinking.
So as a guy that was super talented but fucked up in life,
Absolutely.
how did just doing something dumb as a monkey like knocking doors save your life?
Oh, without this, my job every day I go out in the field, it's the funnest thing. Davey and I, when Lee and I go out in the field, it's nothing but clowning. It's so content worthy. It's so cringe worthy. It's fun.
But we're helping people, and it's getting the insurance company to pay for roof, or if somebody needs a roof and we offer financing, or if we save somebody money on their power bill and we sell them solar. We're adding massive value. A lot of people, they say it's a scam, these door-to-door guys. I've had guns pulled on me in the comments. If you watch the comments, a lot of you may be the guys that are like, I wish they would have shot him. I wish he would have fucking got shot by the person.
Let's slow down with the shooting thing.
Yeah, this guy did get shot. This guy got shot at a roofing conference. Watch out. But he's making recovery.
Yeah, no, and it changed my life, and it humbled me, and it made me a better person. You know, you don't grow in comfortability, guys. You only grow in uncomfortability. And when you're uncomfortable, kind of like what you guys do at the door-to-door deal, and what I do, that's when we're growing. So if you're not out there pounding doors, you're not growing. You're stuck in the same thing, doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result. If you want change, you need to take massive action. And the best advice I can give you guys is right now what these guys said. If they were hit the field on the first day when that storm came down and you're an owner, you don't have sales guys, you don't have recruits, you need to be ready, not get ready. You need to be ready, not get ready. So the most important thing is to be prepared for it.
I mapped it out before I got here on the airplane. I said, the first thing you got to do is you got to find yourself some thoroughbreds to build around. So I said I was going to shout this guy out. He's grown, he's sober, he's worked with some good roofers besides me. He's learned how to be the real deal, which means he can sell, build, collect. He can complete an estimate. He can do a work order. He's not just a door-to-door guy on the front end, but
Content creator.
the reality is he sees a big picture. And we've always, for the last 8 years, been waiting for the day that Davey got out of jail. And together, they're a dynamic duo.
It's like Rocksteady and Bebop.
Individual, he's got a little bit, not enough follow-up to handle a deal start to finish. Sometimes he struggles getting a little bit cuckoo with customers. And it's better for him to just have a front-end relationship and someone that can really build the jobs correctly. And so they make a great team. He's great with the customers, project management, knowing the back end. He actually knows computers. He doesn't. But the reality is, it's like the most important part of our business. You don't have to be a genius. You have to be good at knocking doors. See, because it's just about how bad do you want it. You have to make door knocking fun again. Remember when the hats you said make door knocking fun again?
Yes.
Yes. And
that's what we're doing.
Yes. And we want to certify you so that you can earn more than a doctor or lawyer, 20 to 50K in a roofing business. Or if you're a roofing business owner, you could come to where we're at. Now, there's a lot of different good markets you could plug into. And I have a network of more than 7,000 students, hundreds of roofers. And the roofers install the roofs. You know how I grow a roofing company? I plug them in with salespeople. And you know how I help salespeople? I plug them into the easiest sell in America. So we have a platform. And for all of you, if you type in roofing Redline, you'll get access to the platform free. This is like my life story.
Dude, it's the coolest app I've seen yet.
You've seen me sell a bunch of shit.
For all you people out there who know about Planometer, who know about the tax assessor, who know about LandGlide, who know about the tracking your door knocks. This app is the all-in-one. You can get it for 30 days free. You must go download it today and try it.
Guys, what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks.
Roofing Redline.
Going live on a door-to-door blitz. We're looking to connect with all the followers. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Now's the time to get plugged in. If you're
TikTok.
If you're a roofing business owner, with all the storms out there, you got to be ready when the storm hits. You got to be ready if the storm hits. Yep. And you need more sales reps. Your sales reps need to be knocking more doors. If you do insurance or retail, the best way to sell is through a team of guys. And I don't know if you've seen my team. I can take a brand new guy. Bring Gavin over here. Gavin's brand new to life. He hasn't really probably made a 50 grand in 1 year, 60 grand.
Gavin's a 20-year-old who's never knocked doors in his life. Okay, but it was raised by a family of asphalt gypsy door knockers and hardcore door-to-door roofers, and has always wanted to follow in Davy's shoes. And he's 20 years old, went from Instacart to signing Insta deals and Insta Inks.
Out of 12 deals on Memorial Day, Gavin was able to get his name on 4 deals. As a
4 deals. He knocked the door.
As a 20-year-old, even if he splits the deals,
I knocked 2 of the doors. But you know that part in the deal where you got the inspection, you've done the inspection, it's smoked. Now it's time to try to come up with a way to get the ink. You know that anxiety.
Somebody asked a good question. Ryan Gagner said, "Are y'all doing a per square cost or line item estimates on Redline?" I just demoed it today. It's good. So yes, for retail, what roofing Redline was a way that solar guys could get an instant roof quote, an instant roof measurement, and do it all from the comfort of their iPhone instantly and get a signature. But also for like a customer, we're going to do the work for what the insurance pays. But the reality is, if you learn how to always be more expensive, to always install 5-star roofs, to talk about how you get more from the insurance, you're not going to be afraid of giving people price. You're going to use price and transparency to build trust. And that's how I teach people how to sell. Even if I'm going to do the work for what the insurance pays, if I give a quote and we get it approved, I'm going to put this into a better quality roof through upgrades. And this is sort of like, the more I sell, the more I train salespeople, the more I try to not be a salesperson. Number 1, I try to look to solve the problem. Number 2, I try to truly become very competent in the craft. Like, I've invested a ton into my own personal development. You were around me before I paid for all the social media training, the speaking training. And if y'all are watching this right now, all my social media has been blowing up recently, like 10 million views over the last 30 days. And if y'all want to get plugged into this market, because solar is harder to sell, because cars are harder to sell, because real estate's harder to sell. Dude, roofs that are paid for by insurance are easy as fuck to sell. And if you're watching this and you sell roofs, give me some hearts if you know what I'm talking about. Give me some hearts, because I want to make a few announcements. Okay, we got some big news. For one, Hammer and I'm doing this huge push to build a platform, $1 billion company. We're rolling up roofing companies. I bought 4 roofing companies, and I'm just about to write my first 8-figure check. I'm so proud of a guy that I taught how to be a door knocker, who scaled through the elite program, Justin Ledford. He's a badass dude. And now people are fighting to write him an 8-figure check. And that could be you. And, you know, I'm not telling you everybody's one of these case studies. I'll be honest with you. Most people fail. They want to do the work. But
Ledford's boom.
But Ledford has really been a guy. Last year, I remember talking to him. He was living in Costa Rica. And sometimes even success is the enemy. And I was like, dude, get back to hardcore door to door. Go back and get in your business. Look what I'm doing. And I looked at last year's profit and loss and this year's, and I was so impressed with basically Justin's evolution as a businessman.
He even did a retreat out there at his house.
Dude, so even as a leader, as a coach, what I can say is that you might think that you're in competition, but we all raise each other up. And Justin has made my community better. And if you're a roofing business owner, what we do is we help roofing business owners double or triple sales with hardcore door-to-door sales teams. We train your team. I train your team. I help you build the team. And like right now, I'm in St. Louis, and right now I'm working with a Better Quality Roofing, who's a friend of my dad's. I can remember being in high school in 2001, and Sam, you know, just getting his start here in St. Louis. I've been selling roofs in St. Louis since I was in high school. It's 2024. Now, how many storms have we had here? What's happened?
Okay, guys, last year, Wentzville, St. Charles got annihilated. There's still jobs that were being completed this year. Wentzville has also put in a ordinance from the mayor. It is now a match district. So you can get that at the City Hall website. Also, May 8th, we got hit again from, what was it, Hillsborough all the way into the county across into Carbondale. Then 2 days ago, the entire map, if you're looking at St. Louis, you could be blindfolded and throw a dart at it, and you'll hit an area that got a great hail date and has great damage. It's the hottest market in 2024.
But St. Louis,
told the roofers it was no good.
St. Louis isn't the only place with damage. Dallas has been hit like 4 different times. There's storms in Indianapolis. There's storms all over the country. I've been in California working storm damage. While the solar market collapses, the roofing market thrives. And if y'all are watching this right now, you're wondering what like this high ticket home service that people are getting rich in. There's a gold rush in. Your hands don't have to get dirty. You don't have to climb the roofs. Maybe you've heard his drone pitch. Dude, give him the drone pitch. Give me the fucking drone pitch.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Justin, and I was just at your neighbor's, and my drone aromatically, while looking for hail damage on their roof, detected damage on your roof. Do you have an email, or would you like us to print it out?
Listen, just go ahead and print it out. I want my quote printed out.
Davey,
Guys,
could you go ahead and print that out for us?
ask me some questions about sales, about the American dream, about our business opportunity in roofing, about what it takes to make your first 6 figures, about what it takes to make your first mill. I don't care. If you're in roofing, contracting, dude, it's all the same. You're a sales organization first. If you can't build good jobs, you're not going to stay in business. But what happens if you don't sell jobs, Mike?
You don't sell jobs, you don't get paid.
You don't sell jobs, you don't get paid. And the secret, guys, is not to be a guy that just knows how to work with his hands or is out there for a guaranteed paycheck. Risk is the down payment for success. So to pay for skills that teach you how to communicate, influence. And for me, like somebody that has to have a roof, somebody that's got legitimate storm damage, somebody that is getting the chance to add massive value to their home. To me, that is not a sell. That's fixing big problems for big paychecks. And when I do one job, when it sells itself and I just go down the neighborhood and sell all the neighbors, look, chime in any questions that you might have about this, because here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people who have been watching outside on the fence to jump in. Now, if you can just type in comment real roofing. Right now, this roofing Redline, it's the app, but our community is partnered with Bradley. We're about to do a live launch on this.
And I want to say,
you just got involved in the community, right?
Yeah.
You were not a part of our culture for a little while.
Absolutely.
Did you miss it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, what did you miss about the culture?
I miss going out in the field with like 50 guys like we had in Naples and literally just sweeping clear neighborhoods and just have fun. My inking deals, having camaraderie through the group chat while we're live in the field, battling each other out for inks. I miss all the new recruits coming in, the meat men conversion. I mean, it was the year of the meat men.
I was telling about what happened.
It was the greatest transcending industry.
A lot of door-to-door guys got into roofing from the meat business. And just like rednecks, you'd think like these guys that are slightly degenerate, beer drinking guys that are selling meat, maybe on pills and stuff, they get into roofing and it's a field day.
Oh, dude, and these guys are the absolute hardest core door-to-door knock stars I ever ran with in the field. But I want to tell y'all this. The Roofing Redline app allows us to have no out there. So there's 3 rebuttals. There's you haven't been inspected yet. I'm going to give you a damage report.
I don't got any damage. I'm good.
Okay, well, my drone aromatically detected damage. Okay, that's one rebuttal to an objection. The other objection is I've already had my roof inspected by 11 roofers. You're the 11th roofer. Okay, perfect. Have you gotten 3 estimates? They always say no. And no one likes writing estimate, but with Roofing Redline, you have an instant estimate right there on site, separating yourself from the competition. Okay, so there's no out there, whether their neighborhood's saturated with yard signs or it's the first day on Memorial Day and all the roofers are taking the day off, taking it easy while we're out there num, eating lunches.
Eating lunches over here, guys. So, look, chime in questions that you have about how to run a blitz. We're starting an 8-figure company, and we're documenting how we do it in 2 weeks. I think so far we got about 30 deals. The average deal is about $25K a deal. We've got how many commercial deals pending?
We got 7 monster commercial deals pending and 1 HOA.
Okay, and so, look, to really know that you're going to get a commercial deal, you should have it like
a back office. You need a back office too.
The back office showed up today.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is we were able to task them through Job Nimbus, and they were able to get us all the hard, measurements.
So what he's talking about is we have a supplement department, an estimate department that can actually be your sort of Air Force support. Like whenever you've got field guys and you're out shooting special forces operating, there's some people over there. We need to drop some bombs.
Yeah, you're painting the target. They're dropping the missile.
Okay, and so they're writing quotes for these big commercial jobs, these really high-end deals, and that's our guy Kyle Sharon. He's a supplement king, and he does for my company $12 million in supplements on residential in a year. And so what's cool about me is that I'm one of these guys, if y'all are watching all these influencers, all these people on the internet, we live it, we breathe it. As a matter of fact, my man Yossi, he was getting into the roofing business. He was selling garage doors, and he was like, dude, I can make a lot more money selling roofing. He gets onto YouTube, he buys my training, and next thing I know, he's showing me pictures of wind damage in California. And I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm going to go out there. And Yossi had balls, dude. See, he's special forces from Israel, and he has a kid, so he didn't want to go over there and fight in the war. And I know all these people are like, all the eyeballs are on, they need to be on the people that were, tortured and kidnapped, because basically bottom line is our guy Yossi, next thing you knew, had me in the passenger seat of his truck. We're going hardcore door to door. We're doing claims. Next thing we know, Benny and Ryan are working for him over in California.
No way.
Yeah, him, Benny.
I love Benny and Ryan. I miss you guys. The champagne campaign on Marco Island.
You need to call him and tell him to get a little bit more serious and get off the solar completely and do more claims, because right now I see.
You mean double dip?
They are double dipping. Roofing and solar is a great way to double dip. If you're a solar guy, you should always sell the roofs first and the solar second, and try to build a huge roofing pipeline first. And that's what I would tell any solar guy. Benny is a guy who has done millions in sales for us, made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing these tile claims. He needs to get AOBs. We got one HOA that's like $1 million deal, and he needs to work the numbers and trust the process. And if y'all are watching this, too many of y'all want this like quick and easy answer. You don't want to do any of the work. Too many of our generation have fucking no work ethic. That's why I truly believe
It's broken.
like our guy Yossi, who is an immigrant, who comes from Israel, who treats the American dream with a little bit more fucking appreciation, and I just look at all the entitled Americans that fucking talk about wanting the American dream, but none of them would go knock the doors. And if you're watching this right now, dude, we want to plug you into this market, into your market. We want to certify you. If you're a business owner, we want to plug our certified salespeople into your company, because that's how we grow roofing companies. We add door-to-door salespeople to them. And it's about using social media, as we're doing right now, connecting with y'all. Ask us anything, guys. Ask us. He just got out of prison 8 years. Ask us about prison. What was the toughest fight that you dealt with? Anybody try to jump you when you're in prison?
No, nobody tried to jump me, but I told you about the one where two different cliques of the blacks met in the middle. It was about 50 on 50. It was a big ride. Locks were flying.
What do you mean locks were flying?
Locks and socks. Fucking just getting it.
Dude, I got hit one time by a drunk salesman who sucked, and it was here in it wasn't in St. Louis, it was in Knoxville, but he was pissed and he was drunk that I wouldn't give him a draw, and he put 4 D batteries in a sock, and he was shorter than me and I didn't see it, and he fucking got a little extra reach, and that them batteries came
Yeah,
up,
they did the batteries there
the
too.
batteries came around the back of my head
Like
And
a
hit
sling.
him?
It's
it hit me.
Oh,
But
But
damn.
he made contact with like the side back of my head.
Yeah.
He pissed me off
Yeah.
bad. I picked him up, slammed him into the ground. His nose
Yeah.
bled everywhere. I called the cops. But
Did you get on video?
that's the thing. We didn't do this crazy content like that then. And my wife was in the room, and it was quite entertaining. But, when roofers compete, you win. When we go hardcore door to door, our testosterone gets up. We fight insurance companies. Sometimes we fight each other.
Yeah.
Remember when you fought John Angel?
Oh, yeah.
Me and
He
Justin
came out
fought.
with a knife. Man,
Me
he
and
had
fought a
fist
couple
fun.
times.
Dude, but we had Pensacola. We had the Rock the God outside, dude.
Nice. That's why we had the Blue Collar Fight Club
Like, man,
at our
we fought a
events.
couple times.
Listen, that's why we have the Blue Collar Fight Club at our events. And dude, there's no need to get violent, but it is okay to be pissed off for greatness, to be pissed off for your American dream. And so all you need is a good attitude and a good work ethic. All you need to do is plug in the right people. All you need to do is start getting your physical game right. This guy right here, one thing I want to tell y'all is we went and did a boxing fitness workout.
Loved
We're
it.
going back.
We're going back. I still got the wraps in the truck.
Look,
Justin said,
we're
"What
going
season
back."
we gonna throw
I was like,
away?"
what the
No,
hell is
no. They call, no.
No, dude.
We'll fuck you up this time, Lee.
And look, dude, if y'all are watching this right now, getting more
St. Louis
energy.
Box Club.
It's something that this guy knows a lot about. Energy is important in sales.
Yeah, guys, man, I'm with all the transformation I've been going through. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to music. I'm at the gym at 5 a.m, back at 7, listening to 2 books a week, because with what we do and all the negative thoughts that go through our brain, we got to put positive content in there. And the only place you're going to get positive content is not from your house or all that negativity. You got to do it with yourself, and you got to meditate. You know, you gotta build it within you, and it takes stamina and consistency. So that's one of my things is a consistent ritual of the gym every morning, the gym at night. No more TV, no more music. It's not building me up. What's building me up is those books, like The Power of One More with MLF, Fly in the Moon with Dan Rudy. Thank you for that. Extreme Ownership. This guy changed my life, Jocko Wilkins. And all this different stuff all adds up, because when the student appears, the teacher shows up, and that's what we're doing. We're showing up to help guys master the storm, because it's a mental game. It's not physical. It's mental and physical at the same time.
You don't have to be smart. You got to
exactly.
You have to dumb yourself down a little bit.
I bring the energy, guys. I might not be the smartest. I might not be the best roofer, the most knowledgeable, but I'll tell you right now, when I'm at that door, they remember me.
Let me tell you what you taught me. You taught me how to use the group chat, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
What's that?
Every single day when you guys get, like, what's the first thing they should do in the morning?
Guys, listen, man. First off, here's the spit for the day. I hope you have an amazing day. Send me a selfie when you're suited and booted in the truck, so everyone knows we're ready for war. Once you get up on when you get that first inspection, picture of the front of the house so everyone knows inspection. Once you're on the roof, selfie on the roof. Now we got ego. You should have seen. We took CMR's worst team to #1 in 6 months, 294 tile deals. Selfies on the roof. They fought it. Next thing you know, there's 3 selfies on the roof. When they get off the roof, picture of the signed contract. And finally, last, the most important, picture with their thumb up in front of the sign in front of the house. Now, this works for a lot of ways for more than one reason. For one, culture. For the team to motivate him. For 2, a guy's not going to get in his truck and get selfie suited and booted and then go back to sleep. For 3, when you're in front of the houses at the homeowner's house and you can show them all the roofs your team's been on, all the contracts, all the thumbs up in front of the signs, the Joneses want what the Joneses are, perception becomes reality, and it becomes the real story.
And that's what we're trying to make your real story, to hang with winners like us. And look, yeah, some of the deals we get, we go door to door, but some of the deals I get are straight laydowns, are straight referrals. We did a good job. You should see the easy deals. I was in my boxing gym, had an HOA president. I gave it to one of my sales reps, turned into a $15 million claim. We did a $2.5 million retail deal, and the deal just got settled. There was a supplement. The job was already profitable, but they're going to get like an extra $500K in profit. And this came as a referral just through like my community. And if y'all are watching this right now, if you build a brand, see, the thing is everybody has a roof. And so if you can just sort of like a realtor, everyone is going to have to buy a house or do, sell a house one time. I mean, if you're a roofing contractor, you're essential. You're going to be there. You're an important part of the solution. And, are we doing the jobs? No. We're not doing the jobs. But if you're watching this and you want something big in roofing, dude, it's going back to the simple. I don't know what you're doing. If you're sitting on social media sidelines, I want to help you tell your story, just like these guys, kind of getting them reinvigorated. I told Justin, I'm like, bro, you got to get back on the street with these meta glasses. What happened?
Sales training 2000.
Activated.
What happened whenever you react?
What it did is it fired me up to get content. So then my feet were put in the fire, the hot seat, and I had to over this nervousness. And it also brings accountability. It also brings camaraderie. And it's like the guy in the mirror is your greatest, battle. And I get to watch myself. I get to perfect myself and all that. And I'll tell you again on Memorial Day.
I got a good rookie question.
Okay.
This is a good one from Storm Pro Fox. Ooh, I like that name. Storm Pro Fox. He says, would you avoid taking draws while you're early in the business? I don't know if I can abandon the ships with my part-time job yet.
I mean, I'm living on a draw right now by going out and inking contingencies.
You're earning every fucking penny.
I get $200 a contingency, okay? And sometimes one contingency, like how we got 12 on Memorial Day Monday, was one of the contingency on 4 properties. So that just juiced us to, from 1 to 4 really quick. And then he referred us to his daughter. Now we got 5. So when I say 12, it was a 5-for-1 deal on one deal. And that's $1,000 in 1 hour.
The answer is burn the ships. What about you? What do you think?
I mean, Naples is a perfect example of that. Irma, Naples, everyone lived off draws. All those guys made money on cap outs other than a couple people. But, yeah, draws are important, guys, because here's the thing. You need to work with abundance, not scarcity. And you need to not be afraid, and you need to burn those ships, because when you're starting to think of other things with your RAS, you're redirecting your thinking. You need to laser focus on this, take the draws, and they'll keep coming, and they'll keep coming and keep coming. And then you'll start to get cap outs and you're gone.
And it's all about your affirmations.
As an owner, if you're a business owner and you're giving draws that can take out your business, you can also basically cut the nuts off of your sales reps. So what we do is we track how many doors they knock. We track if they show up to the meeting.
WhatsApp.
We track in the WhatsApp. We also are seeing, like, are they training in the university? Are they showing up to our community? And if you're like watching this and you have shitty door-to-door culture, you know it. You don't go out with your guys. You're not a good sales manager. You don't have a sales manager. You know you suck at door-to-door. Your guys aren't fucking knocking that many. And if you're watching this right now, dude, you're only one person away from a fucking huge surge in your door-to-door. And guess what? We're 1, 2, 3, 4 people will supercharge your door-to-door sales team. So
we would love for y'all to come join us in the field and have fun every day. And
those glasses
and these
and
glasses,
your posts allow them to live vicariously through you in the drone pitch. And what's different about us is we're real roofing trainers. And if you get access to our community, you're going to see the live action as it goes down in the field. How can a female like myself succeed in door-to-door in Raleigh? See, I think females have a little of an unfair advantage. For one,
absolutely,
people are going to have a little bit more of a sympathy close. They're going to let you talk a little bit more. They're going to listen a little bit more. How can a female succeed? Well, a female can succeed the same way a male can succeed, by knocking a lot of fucking doors.
I know a lot of successful girls.
And
they kill it.
You're the most powerful thing on this planet.
But you can't
Girls
expect it to
kill
be easy. You can't expect, like, we might have an easy sell. It might look easy, but what we do, is it easy?
What? Oh, it's so easy. A monkey could do it. A caveman can do this.
But why would a girl overthink it and say it's hard? Why would a hot girl not do it?
Because it makes her. It makes
She's been
her
trained to get told it was hard.
You're fearing rejection and looking desperate, and that's not the case at all. You're actually changing lives and bringing value to this homeowner.
All right, so I would just say, look, if you join a community like ours, we'll of course give you all the things to say, but you'll surround yourself with people that are working out, that are reading the right books, and it's not just online training where I train you every day. It's actually a community where we do live calls, live Q&A, just like right now. If you got a question right now, like we're pretty much on a Zoom meeting right now. And that's really what I believe is a great way to share my community and culture and to give people the best value out there in the world, is to share my culture, my hardcore door-to-door culture.
There's 3 coaching calls a week, right?
Yeah, there's 3 calls a week.
That's what I really like. I think that's awesome.
A lot of guys don't get their sales guys out of bed on a Saturday.
Oh, and to answer that girl's question, look, Brittany Webb, aka Brittany Parker, was the top 5 sales rep in Naples out of 50 guys for like 3-4 months running. So big shout out to Brittany Parker. Great job out there, but it's proof that girls are dangerous.
Hey, what's your response to a homeowner that says, I'm just not in a rush to do it. I'll call you when I'm ready. I completely understand.
Yep.
And the reality is like, the cheapest that you'll ever get a roof is today, because I just got price increases here, the last 7 price increases. And unfortunately, here's the truth. I found damage to your roof, and I'm getting your neighbor's roofs approved. There's a lot of adjusters right now that are buying the roofs. If you miss out on this wave, it could get harder. It does get more challenging. They do get a little bit tougher on the people that are the last ones to the tit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be first ones to the tit. We're going to get fed. Closed mouths don't. Closed mouths, that's right. They don't get fed. You're going to have an open mouth, and you're going to suck at that teat. You're going to sign this contract right here, because look, I'm going to go up into your attic, and I can see that your roof is busted wide open. I'm going to take good pictures, and I'm going to show all these really busted step flashing, old cracks and crevices around your pipe flashing. And I'm going to learn how to truly create like a sense of urgency and getting dropped by your insurance, on your insurance rate going up, on your roof leaking, on mold going into your home, on the cheapest that you'll ever get a roof is today, on if you hire the wrong roofer, how underpaying for the wrong roofer can cost you thousands more later on. And when you get good at all of that, that's when you know how to build certainty as a retail guy or as an insurance guy. If you're selling retail, you got to go in the attic. If you're selling a roof, you got to take good comprehensive fucking pictures of damage, pictures of pipe flashings, pictures of all these different things. You have to understand roofing components. And if y'all are watching this and you're business owners, guys, here's the thing. I've been doing this 20 fucking years, and this business is simple as shit. So easy. All we have to do is train more salespeople. The average salesperson is going to sell about $500K a year.
You gotta hire.
All you got to do is get your sales guys to knock 50 doors a day. Give 2 or 3 quotes a day. Teach people how to be the TRD and complete offers. What is a completed offer?
A completed offer is where you give them an estimate with a itemized damage totals, trades that are being done. And if you don't give someone a
written
proposal, they can't say yes or no to
and
it.
If you get 10 different quotes, even if you're in Washington, in Oregon, if you're in California and there's no insurance, if you're like my man over there, Anthony Langdon, the rooferpreneur, he is delivering good, better. He's my homie. He's in the group. And the
good, better, best quote is awesome.
Rooferpreneur got RICO charged. He got out after a long period of time, but he built 8-figure business. You have to go watch his podcast. Davey just got out, and Davey's fucking on a roll. We're all partnered up here. We're building around these guys. They're sales leaders. Maybe you saw the YouTube Anthony, but Anthony, he hadn't invested heavily into a community. But one day I was like, dude, I got tickets to the UFC fight. So he brought his girl to the UFC fight with us and just fucking hung out with us. And he's cool as fuck. So I went and fucking visited his office. He's got a badass office.
The rooferpreneur.
But they don't do insurance.
That's brilliant.
And they not really hardcore door to door. And so even if you're retail, you need to have a setter closer model. And even if
you could clean up in retail right here in St. Louis.
He knows. That's how
this is ridiculous here.
One of the things is you guys got to constantly recruit. You got to be a recruiter and a master recruiter.
And that's the thing.
You guys see how much passion we have right now for the opportunity. You need to be able to walk in that room or go down that Zoom call and sell that passion, because the kid they were talking about earlier, 20 years old, or Kyle Dotson, 24 years old, doing 15, 20 million, 24 years old, 20 years old. These guys are looking at things different. They want a life, not a job. And this can be a lifestyle, not a job career for these younger generations. And they walk differently, they talk differently, but that's what you're looking for. But you won't find them if you're not hiring and you're not doing interviews and you're not selling the opportunity.
Yeah, that's Mr. Rooferpreneur was a badass at sales. He was a badass in installing. He got out of prison and he was doing his own roofs and selling his own roofs. So he said that when he was nailing them, it was like he was making $500,000 an hour, and every fucking nail was like gold hitting the roof. But basically, he'd gotten into the weeds a little bit in the systems and processes and CRMs and marketings and sales, and got away from just get more salespeople, knock more doors, give more estimates. And right now, he's got a fucking badass infrastructure, a community, a local group, and kids. He's got 20-year-old sons.
That's what you're looking for, guys.
Retail jobs.
You're looking for 18 to 24 years old, like the 20-year-old kid we were talking about who was working at Arby's before this, walked out on Memorial Day, signed for a contract. Some of you guys that follow me, when I did Onsites in Iowa, I'm bringing guys out of Chili's. I'm taking guys out of...
Dude, our guys in Dallas, the toughest market in America right now. We've got these kids that probably picked on in high school. Landon, everybody said he went viral because he was so kind of like a rookie at life. And probably not in the best shape and not exactly like your Indiana.
On a hero's journey.
Yeah, he's like definitely coming from a team that, could look like the Bad News Bears. But this guy's fucking killing it. He went viral, and I'm proud of him because like yesterday, I think they sold 8 deals. They've been getting on roof after roof. And when you help somebody who's a zero get confidence, become a fucking hero, dude, it's this transformation story. It's just like in these AA meetings, dude. Call it the 12-step of roofing. It's your duty, guys. And if you're a business owner, this is your fucking problem. You're always worried about coaching other people, about giving away your resources, about investing into folks and worrying about what you're going to get. What am I going to get? What's it going to do to me? Well, let me tell you, this guy right now.
One thing in the AA community is you got to call 5 sober people a day. So if you call 5 successful door knockers, company owners, marketers, recruiters a day, you're gonna stay sober.
And for me, if I'm a business owner and I'm trying to do what my man Anthony's trying to do, go from 10 million to 20 million, 20 million to 40 million, I never stop practicing the 12-step of roofing. It means that I put myself on social media. I create the content. My man is creating YouTube reels, but more in the field content. I want to see more door-to-door content. I want
in the field,
get the glasses.
In the field.
Get the glasses.
Sales training 2000 in the field. No
These
empty
right
shoes.
here, These right here, people want to see your
No
eyes.
empty
So if you do
suits.
get the glasses, get the clear ones.
Translucent.
But it's cool, man. It's became a part of our family. We're growing this company, and it's like way more because I feel like he's my brother, and we have a brotherhood. And
We should get a meta.
I was
like,
just talking to one of my other brothers. I got this undercover mission I'm working on. I can't really talk about it publicly, but he's this massive influencer. He's local here in St. Louis, and I'm inspecting his property. And I gave the kind of details to my man Forrest, who's out in Montana. He's a big fan. And I'm working on something big. And the truth is like the world is smaller than you think it is. As long as you put yourself out there and you ask the right people and you invest into your network, you'd be surprised that you can make the world a lot smaller place. And so if you're watching this right now and you want to do the things that I've done, I've used social media to sell more customers, to get more jobs. My man Russell Brunson right here is the guy who taught me everything. I'm not gonna lie. What up, Russ? We got to get that grappling session in. I saw you.
ClickFunnels?
Yeah, he's on here live.
I talked to-
Hardcore door to door.
ClickFunnels is in the house.
Content's been going viral, man. It's like the day of the marketer. When
I talked to Graham Martinez
when the
today.
door-to-door guy learned digital marketing, that's where everything went boom from 10 million to $100 million. It's where lives were truly changed. And like my church is this blue-collar entrepreneur church where we give back. And so it's crazy when interest rates are high, roofers win, door-to-door guys win. And whenever there's a recession out there and AI takes jobs, guess what? The American public needs more door-to-door sales trainers. Now, Russell taught me digital marketing. He taught me the hook story offer. I wrote a book called Contracting Growth Secrets, being able to digitally target in the neighborhood, retarget the ads, being able to recruit people through social media, through a paid advertising funnel. That changed my business, building a personal brand in this business of coaching. Now I'm buying my students, building a conglomerate, building $1 billion company because my clients that I've generated millions of dollars for, because the marketing we did, you know what the best leads in roofing are, Russell? A door-to-door guy, a human being. And I'm going to send you a copy of the book, man. I got your address. I actually was going to send you a special book, but that's funny that I never actually executed on what you do better than everybody, which is the details. And that's what's the wrong with America is people don't have true mastery. So like I got a Dream 100 manager. I've been following most of the steps, but as the CEO that's selling, that's out here doing all the things, sometimes I can respect your discipline of being able to go through that checklist and get that stuff done, brother. But one thing's for sure, like my next book, dude, I want you to write the forward to it. That book, like I'm telling you, Expert Secrets, it changed my life, guys. It's literally what I teach every single roofer to do for their video ads. It's what I teach every single roofer to do for their recruiting campaigns. And so just want to say, dude, thank you so much, Russell, for all the help. Guys, if y'all are watching this right now, like America's hurting for opportunity because like 150,000 is the new middle class. And so you might turn your nose up at a dirty job like roofing, but you don't have to get your hands dirty. All you have to do is sell it. And so I plug in, I certify.
Yeah.
And
I talked to Graham Martinez today. He said your marketing with the team has been second to none, one of the best he's ever seen. He's been in it for a year. He said it's making him one of the best companies in Ohio. So shout out to you, Grant.
More importantly, guys, one thing I love about being the guy that is the man in the arena is I like being in the arena. So what's cool about my world, roofing, is that storms get damaged and we're in St. Louis and we're opening a new market. And what's cool is you'll see me do a whole bunch of big projects. You'll see me change a bunch of lives. And what I'm doing now is I'm adding to $1 billion platform. And so I partnered with one of my dad's best friends, bought into his company here locally. And it's just an extension of what building a personal brand, investing into mentorship. I bought the 2 Comma Club X. I think Myron Golden got me on the repitch at Funnel Hacking Live when I was going through a tough time. And it was my elite program and executing Russell's perfect webinar funnel that applied to the roofing business really was a key part of taking us from 10 million to 100 million bucks. So if y'all are watching this right now, man, for the regular guy, all this comes down to more customers, more phone calls, more people that are showing up at your door wanting to come to work for you. And as a matter of fact, my content's been going viral because I've been getting in the field, and that's what we're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. Creating a YouTube where we build an 8-figure company in 2 weeks, and we document the whole process, break it down for everybody. Look, if you want to be a part of this, you want to get certified, hit the link in the comments, hit the link in the bio. As a matter of fact, type in Roofing Redline if you want free access to the app. If you want to connect with us here in St. Louis, send me a DM because look, we're looking for top door-to-door guys. If you're like want to come run a blitz with us and you want to go door-to-door, you want to be a part of the next YouTube, then send us a DM. More importantly, guys, it's just great to connect. We're going to be going live a lot through this journey. Wanted to connect everybody here, have a little bit of fun. We'll check out with y'all next time.
Making door knocking fun again.
Yes, sir.
Over and out. All right. How do I stop it on TikTok? I need Gavin here. More.
I think that flowed well, bro.